Okay, back on. You cannot accelerate in this car with the camera technology that I'm using. Oh well. Anyway, private property, yay. No laws. I had a video where a guy went around a stop sign right after I explained that this is private property. How fast can you go in your backyard? And then I hit it and the camera flew back and it paused it or whatever, ended it. So anyway, I'm gonna finish the video. It's kind of a beautiful, picturesque little scene there. This is driving off into the sunset. Yeah, you think you can see? Honestly, I can see fine. Really. Because my eyes are back here in the shade and you're up there in the sun. But, okay. There's a great spot kind of like this somewhere else where it's private property. It's an easement where like this huge company owns a whole bunch of land. And they put a road through it anyways because they wanted to use their property access for their trucks. Basically, it's a logging company that owns lots and lots and lots of square miles. And there was a road through it. They paved it. It's cement. It's owned by the logging corporation. It's private property, and there are no laws on it whatsoever. I mean, because other than like private property laws, like they can kick you off. They can give you trespassing, they can close the easement. The thing is, if you rip through there at like 200 miles an hour and they close the easement, the people that use that easement are probably going to be pissed at you. So I don't practice that kind of stuff. I just go out and I have a little fun every once in a while where I don't have to look behind me and worry about going around a corner at 65 miles an hour and a 35 recommended yellow warning sign, because that's all it is, the yellow warning sign. It says, you know what, dude, about 35 is good. But if I can go around that corner at 70, in a normal situation, I'd get a ticket for it. But if I'm on private property, there's not a lot they can do but ask me to leave. So yeah, and there are signs, and you can look up the laws about the areas, but just imagine you're in your own backyard, driving around in circles. I mean, if you have a really backyard, you can go really fast. And if you have a driveway that's like 20 miles, man, and you get it straight, but it never is. But who wants to do 20 miles straight in a Viper? Once you get to like 200 miles an hour and you're like, okay, this is really, really cool, then what? Then you're going 200, you're sitting in a couch, going 200, it's like an airplane. That's really cool. You're going 500 miles an hour. But, you know, I mean, it's neat to do, but imagine that was just how fast you traveled on a regular basis. It wouldn't matter after a while. It would no longer, it's like when I drive this car, I feel like I'm in a time warp. But, I just want you to know that when you're in a private situation and you're doing all that, the laws are different. And you will get bored going in a straight line as fast as you can, so go to a place where it's not a straight line and it's private property and have some fun. And if you don't know where they are, I will show you, take you to my favorite one. That was the one that's closest. I'm driving home from that area so you can literally see how long it took me in the greater Los Angeles area, which is, people say there's no private property around there. You can drive whatever speed you want to. That is completely not true. I just did it. And, yeah, speed bumps. And they're about a quarter mile apart, but you don't want to hit the other one at the end of the quarter mile. So 8 miles, that's fun. I could put it on the speedometer maybe and slam it there and do like 60, 80 or whatever through their little private park. But they're going to recognize this car real fast. And, yeah. And they can't, like I said, they can kick me off. They can kick me off. And then once they tell me to leave, they can put anybody up there, And if I get annoying, they will put a guy that will come and take me for being on private property. But I don't think that I am the kind of person that would escalate to that kind of a scenario, because number one, I'm documenting it, so Wow, you just saw me go through there. Did it look like I was crazy? No. I filmed some other dude going around a stop sign. That was about as crazy as I got. I was a rebel reporter on location. People driving, but that will definitely show you that that dude was not breaking any law whatsoever. That stop sign is literally a painted piece of metal where it was, because you saw the sign. It's private property beyond this point. Oh man, that's why you can do things. You know, you're king of your castle. Why is this? I'm stopped at a stop sign, and usually like one car will go and then one car will go, but for some reason 3 cars sat there and nothing happened. But oh god, this is a long sunny drive. Shut up about the sun. Can you guys see the sun? Isn't it beautiful? Giant, what is that? Like a thermonuclear reaction? Fusing like what? Hydrogen into helium or something like that? Does anybody know how the sun works? I could give you a vague description of it, but I've never been there, so I can't really check. I know what I've been told about how the sun works. It's like a whole bunch of material compressed in the center, compression, heat, pressure, boom. You're combining, you're providing an environment where certain things can separate and combine, and you know, on an atomic level, because it's like burning fire the next level. You know, you got your fire and you're combining molecules in the air, and then you get it to such an intensity that you're doing a fusion and fission. Fission is the, you know, they break apart and then they come back together. It's fusion, but it's like the next level of fire. You know, fire step 2. I mean, it's just more heat, more temperature, more pressure, and it happens. It's a pretty regular occurrence in the universe. If you look up and you see like a little bright spot at night, either it's the light is reflecting from something that's doing that, or it's something that is doing that. Anyway, can you guys see this traffic? I'm sitting in my car and there's a Prius right in front of me. Other than my banter, this is going to get really boring. I love Priuses. Priuses, those guys that drive Priuses, if they researched their car, they wouldn't drive one, because they're driving, most of them, I don't know, if you're just driving it because you thought you were getting a cool car and you like the way it looks and you like the way it performs and all that, and that's great. But if you like stop and go traffic, that's good too. But if you got one because you believe you're going to save the planet by driving that thing, dude, the dude is on the other side of the road. He's driving down the wrong side of the road. I can't. Oh, Prius drivers, this is great. Prius drivers, they cut me off because they think that their car makes them like environmentally more conscious and they should cut off those evil vipers that are burning the world. Do they even know the carbon footprint of their car before it reaches the dealership? More than my car will ever make. Pretty sure, maybe not. But more than my car was when it was delivered to the dealer, for sure. The ingredients in that car start in South America. They go to Europe on a boat, carbon footprint. From there in Europe to somewhere in Asia, again, carbon footprint. And that material then is transported to Japan, where it's packed in their batteries and put into the car. So Brazil, Europe, China, Japan, 4 phases before their batteries, the nickel cadmium batteries, like totally horrid for the planet, by the way. Yo, Prius drivers, research nickel cadmium batteries. And then like go watch the Top Gear where they drive the car and show you that, you know, in a normal situation, you're going to be getting about 17 miles per gallon. Drive it to Vegas, for crying out loud. Tell me what mileage you get. You're dragging extra batteries and another motor that only helps you in stop and go traffic. Yay! It does its thing for what it does. You know, it does that. It gets good mileage in stop and go traffic, and that's what it was designed to do. Other than that, It's crap. And if you try and like drive that car around like you're saving the planet, do some research because you're not. Number one, the batteries. Seriously, you Prius drivers, shame on you. Research your car, dude. I'm calling out all the Prius drivers that are trying to save the planet. Give me some sort of documentation that you are doing so, and it's supposed to. Why did they cancel the EV1, the GM electric car? You know why? Because GM has a soul. Basically, if you want to fill up the landfills with batteries, toxic lead acid batteries, yay, electric cars. Gasoline, it gets in the atmosphere, the atmosphere leaks. It does, people. Hydrogen, it escapes the planet. Look it up. Gravity cannot hold hydrogen. It just can't. It'll go up and it'll slowly, yes, and it takes eons, or maybe not, maybe eons of seconds, but it will leave. What is the gravitational pull of the Earth? What is the atomic weight of hydrogen?